Now, completing the square is one of those things that it seems very, very weird, difficult to understand, and very challenging until you're familiar with it. So it's going to seem very difficult if you're not familiar, but as you become more and more familiar with it, it's going to make more and more sense. So in this case, we are dealing with a equation of a circle. We're told that, but we want to identify the radius and the center of that circle. Right now it's not easy to do, and the way to make it easy is to put it on standard form. Standard form of the equation of the circle would be x minus h squared plus y minus k squared equal to r squared. So r is your radius, h and k are the coordinates of the center. Those are numbers. All three of them, h, k, and r could be r numbers, and h and k can be 0, right? R cannot be 0 because if r is 0, then the radius of the circle is 0. It's not a circle, it's just a point. But how do we make that happen, right? The way to see it is to first expand that here and make it so. Remember our conversation about the freshman's dream, so be careful about that. So I even made a mistake here now. So we want to turn this into this, right? And this is the intermediate step. So first we turn this into that, and then back to the starting point, okay? So how are we going to do that? We're going to look at this guy, and I'll start writing it again. This is x squared minus 6x. This is very, very similar to this. There's an x squared and there's an x. But there's no h squared term. So I need to make it show up. So I put a square here, just so I remember to put it in place to make it show up. And now the y part, there's only y squared involved. So this is already taken care of because it's as if k equaled 0, right? When k equals 0, then y minus 0 squared equals y squared. So this is fine, right? There's no extra y's. If I had extra y's, I'd have to take care of those extra y's separately. But for now, we're good. And then there's the plus 8, which equals 0. Now, I want to make this show up. I want to make that show up. And for that to show up, I need to identify this guy with this guy. So that means I need to make minus 6x equals 2hx. And therefore, canceling out the x's, 2h equals minus 6, h equals negative 3. Or have I made a mistake? Let me do that again. I think I messed up one of the signs. So let me do this again. Do this again. Erase this. Let's start over. So I'm looking at this highlighted in yellow with this. So this will be minus 2. Yeah, I see it now. It was minus 2 equals minus 6x. Take a look again, see if you can understand what I did wrong the first time. And now I can find h. Cancel the x's. Divide by negative 2. H equals positive 3. So this is minus 2xh. This is what it is. And then h squared is the thing missing. So h squared is then 9. So I got to put a 9 in there. And because I want the equation to stay balanced like a scale, whenever I put weight on one side, got to put it on the other side as well. So all of this was calculation for finding h. And I can, from here, I'm already in this intermediate format now. Can start moving up. So notice, right? I have x squared minus 6x plus 9 plus y squared, and then 9, right, minus 8, that is 1. This guy right here, I can write it as x minus 3 squared. This is foiling this. You can see that's the same as this, or you can just remember that that's the h we found. So that is clearly what it is. I'm done. The center of the circle, right, is 3, 0. The radius is 1, which is the square root of this guy. And if I were to graph this, I go all the way to 1, 2, 3. 0 is just that. So this is, let me make the scale a bit better. There you go. Not yet. 2, 3. This is better. So this is the center at 3. And because the radius is 1, I gotta go 1 unit up, 1 unit right, 1 unit left, and 1 unit down. If you want your picture to look nice, you want to draw your circle first and then make those markings I made. And make sure that first that your picture looks like a circle and then that it goes through the points you want it to go through. So like that. So that's it. That's a graph of a circle. I could make this a little more difficult if I wanted to, and ask to complete the square on the y as well. Right, that would be easy to change. Maybe just add, like, instead of a +8, make it an 8y or something. That would make it a little more difficult. Or -4y, stuff like that I could make. And in general, that is how you complete the square, to find the characteristics of a circle.